This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has received Georgia's Prime Minister and his accompanying delegation at Zabil Palace. In the presence of Dubai's Crown Prince, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and Dubai's Deputy Ruler, His Highness Sheikh Maktoum bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai and his guest discussed bilateral relations, as well as ways to enhance cooperation and boost friendly relations between the two countries, particularly in the field of investment. The Georgian Prime Minister pointed out that his country welcomes UAE's investment in Georgia, namely in the mining industry, mineral water and tourism. He also asserted that his country aims to attract investors from the United Arab Emirates and boost economic ties. The ruler of Dubai highlighted the importance of building on the economic relations between Georgia and the UAE based on mutual interests, also noting the positive role of the private sector in this regard. His Highness General Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, met with the Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to discuss cooperation between the two countries, matters of common interest, and the international and regional situation. The discussions took place as President el-Sisi received His Highness the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and members of his delegation at the Presidential Palace in Cairo. His Highness the Crown Prince affirmed the UAE's interest under the leadership of the UAE President, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, as a supporter of Egypt towards a new renaissance and a new start. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, in his remarks at the meeting, which was also attended by His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the UAE's foreign minister, expressed confidence that Egypt, with the help and determination of its people and national institutions, will restore its vital stature and leading regional role. They also discussed ongoing coordination, the enhancement of economic and trade relations, as well as support for the creation of strategic partnerships. The UAE has signed 3 agreements with the United Nations World Food Programme, offering 113.8 million dirhams in support of its response to the humanitarian crisis in Syria. The assistance is set to benefit around 880,000 Syrians and is a part of the UAE's overall commitment of 220 million dirhams for Syrians, as announced by His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Presidential Affairs, at the International Donors Conference in Kuwait in January this year. 73.4 million dirhams will be allocated to provide urgent food aid to more than 615,000 internally displaced people, including 345,000 children and 139,000 women. 22 million dirhams is for the critical nutrition needs of 240,000 children under the age of 5 who are at risk of malnutrition, as well as pregnant and nursing women inside of Syria. The remaining 18.3 million dirhams is to help ensure food security for more than 23,000 Syrian refugees residing in the Al-Zatri refugee camp in Jordan. The 3rd GCC Government Social Media Summit concluded on a high note today, where delegates said that content is king. Held under the theme of innovative social networks for effective collaboration and smart governance, the event highlighted the increasing reliance of governments in the region on social media channels and what can be done to promote engagement as well as optimize impact. The 2-day event also had parallel workshop sessions on social media for foreign affairs, education, and more. Independent researcher Dr. Saeed Al-Daheri cited the UAE and its leadership as one of the best examples of a government that employs social media in order to promote proactive communication and interaction with its population. Dr. Al-Dhaheri says a successful venture in social media takes a lot of work and expertise than rather simply establishing an online presence.
Government should look more from a holistic view and from a strategic view. Okay, communication and social media and all this technology, a smart government, you name it, is one thing. But at the end, how the government wants to provide the service, whether internally or externally to the public, how to make it secure, how to ensure the privacy, the security of it. So it is an involvement of not just only one department or the IT or media department, but it is an organization effort that they need. Once the organization decides to establish itself on social channels and on social media, then they need to look at the process as a holistic process and look at the security of it, how to make it secure, how to look into the privacy, what information the government wants to communicate to the public, not any type of information. There is some information which need to engage the public and to engage the citizens that will effectively make this communication so effective in terms of engagement. So I think it's a holistic process. It is something that we need to consider from the security perspective, from the privacy, from the technology, what platform of communication, what content that I'm going to use, the role of the staff in the organization, who are my target audience. So this is all need to be taken into consideration when establishing social media presence. Otherwise, there will be challenges and there will be things which can hurt the reputation of the organization if this was not considered and planned properly.
In addition, Global Social Business Strategy Director Corey Padveen says it is important for organizations to understand that at present, people on average have a shorter attention span of 8 seconds per piece of information before moving on to the next. To make an impact and sustain one's audience, it is critical to have a better understanding of one's hyper-targeted audience.
Determining who exactly makes up the audience that you're trying to reach. And when I say who, I don't necessarily mean these broad strokes of audience demographics like their age, their gender, things like that. I'm talking about a hyper-targeted audience in the sense that you want to get granular. So what are their key interests? What are their key behaviors? When I say key behaviors, I mean things like how much spending do they do online per year? What sites do they visit more often than not? Where do they do this online spending? What type of phone do they use? Are they on iOS? Are they on Android? Answering questions like that is what will allow you to develop content specifically for the audience that you're trying to reach.
The Dubai Marina metro station has been renamed the Damac Station after Damac Properties inked a deal with the Road and Transport Authority for the naming rights. This comes following the renaming of the Al Karama metro station earlier this week after the Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank. Hussein Sajwani, the chairman and CEO of Damac Properties, signed the agreement on behalf of Damac, who was quoted as saying that we take pride in renaming the Dubai Marina station as Damac Station, and that 4 of our projects, the Marina Terrace, the Waves, Ocean Heights and Damac Heights, are also nearby. Abdullah Yusuf, the CEO of the rail agency who signed on behalf of the RTA, added that the Damac station serves around 100,000 people in Dubai, and it is also an intersecting station with the Dubai tramway that is set to open in November. And finally, looking to other news, Dubai Festivals and Retail Establishment has announced the calendar of events for the 7th edition of the Eid in Dubai, Eid AlFitr, which is set to kick off on September the 25th. Dubai has started decorating the city and preparing for the celebrations. And for 17 days, visitors and residents will have the opportunity to enjoy a host of festival-themed entertainment. Concerts, stand-up comedy and shopping are set to draw in the crowds. Leila Suhail, the CEO of the DFRE, was quoted in a local report as saying that they are delighted to bring to residents and tourists a distinct agenda of exciting events, activities and promotions. This year, leading malls and shopping centres will extend their opening hours, while nightly Eid fireworks will start on October the 2nd at 9 p.m. and will be held on Kite Beach. The 10 tenors from Australia will entertain the crowd, as will Circo Boom, also known as the Comedy Circus. Additionally, Rhythm of Arts will run from the 5th to the 11th of October between 4 p.m. and midnight at Zabil Park, showcasing musical stage shows by street artists and popular bands.